Mataji, I'm audible?
Yes,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
excellent. Just give me a minute, Mataji. Let me just share my screen. Okay, so let me share my screen. Just give me a minute. Please let me know, Mataji, if you're able to see my screen.
Yes, Prabhuji. We could able to see your screen.
And my video is also visible, Mataji.
Yeah, now it is on, Prabhuji.
So thank you, Radharani Mataji and Sunan Prabhuji, for providing me an opportunity to discuss the Srimad Bhagavatam. And thank you, Mataji, for hosting the call every day. I'm very grateful to for your service that it gave us an opportunity to hear the Srimad Bhagavatam on a daily basis. And I'm thankful to Devi Shakti Mataji for reading the translation today. Let me offer my prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Shnapshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyati Deshitarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare Mukum Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langai Yatkiri Yatkipatam Ham Bande Shri Kurutina Taran Paramananda Madhvam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So today we are going to read the last section of the Canto 9, Chapter 4, Amrish Maharaj offended by the Durvasa Muni. So in this chapter, what we have seen so far, that it's a famous story of Amrish Maharaj and Durvasa Muni, that how in the beginning we have seen like Amrish Maharaj was a great king and he's very opulent, but he was unattached to all his opulences because he was a Mahabhagavad devotee. And then the text 18 to 20 is a famous verses of this chapter where it shows, reflects the qualities of the Amrish Maharaj, how Amrish Maharaj, from his gross body and from his working senses, from his knowledge acquiring senses, from mind, intelligence, everywhere, he was serving the lotus feet of the Lord. He was fixed his mind in the service of the Lord. He has a desire to serve his devotees, serve the pure devotee of the Lord, tongue for chanting the name of the Lord and tasting the prasadam. So all his senses were engaged in the service of the Lord. And then later on, when Maharaj Amrish was offering, because he was offering a vow, and after during the Dwadashi, when he was trying to break the fast, at that time Durvasa Muni appeared as a guest in his kingdom, and Durvasa Muni wanted to take a prasadam, and then before prasadam he went to the take a bath, and at that time he was meditating. uh, and then here there was a muhurat for breaking the fast was passing away, and then um, to follow the vow and please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, under the guidance of the Brahmana in his kingdom, Amrish Maharaj take a sip of the water, and so that he can honor both dharma, a vow, and also he can honor the maryada for etiquette of guest, respecting the guest. But Durvasa Muni, because he was a mystic, he learned it that Amrish Maharaj sipped a water, and then he felt like he disrespected me. Durvasa Muni is thinking that he disrespected me. Now I should punish him. Because even though Durvasa Muni was a great Brahmana, he was having a lot of mystic power, but he was always self-centered. He was not a pure devotee of the Lord. So he created a blazing Kritya. Kritya means a demon, and fight a demon so that he can kill the Amrish Maharaj. But because Amrish Maharaj was a Mahabhagavad devotee, he was unagitated. He was not at all agitated by this. He was did not even an inch at that time. He was did not move even an inch, and he was simply with a folded hand. He was praying to the Lord because his thought process was it maybe it's a arrangement of Krishna in my life because he understand the philosophy Rake Krishna Mare Krishna Rake ko. He know that nobody can if Krishna's desire because of the arrangement of Krishna it's happening in my life immediately because Lord reside in the heart of the pure devotee. Lord invokes the Sudarshan disc and then it burned the demon and immediately that Sudarshan disc was chasing the Durvasa Muni and Durvasa Muni was running in the sky, in the caves, different areas trying to protect himself. Because Durvasa Muni in this case was not a pure devotee, he was not surrendered to the Lord and he is trying his all his effort to save his life. But when he could not save his life, what he did, he approached to the Lord Brahma, and then Lord Shiva later on. He went to Kailasha, but both of them declined to help him because both are the agent of the Lord and they are trying to do their duties. And they understand that Durvasa Muni did the grave offense of a grave offense of offending the devotee, pure devotee, and they declined to help him. And then Lord Shiva suggested him to go to the Lord Narayana, go to the Vaikuntha planet. Maybe he can help him. And now in this section, what we are hearing, Lord is revealing his heart. When Durvasa Muni approached to the Lord and requesting him for the protection, Lord is revealing his heart and his relationship with the pure devotee. And then finally he will provide the instruction in the current verses section that how he can protect, how can Durvasa Muni, you know, protect himself, what he need to do. He's guiding the Durvasa Muni. So Lord is telling in the text 63, Lord is telling, I am a Bhakta Paradhina. I can be, because my devotee has won my heart. My devotee reside in my heart and I live in the heart of my devotee. So I am not at all independent. I may not able to help you because we have seen the Bhakta Paradhina qualities of the Lord in the when Krishna took a position of a charioteer driver of Arjuna. He was Bhakt Paradhina. Krishna also in the Rajsi Yagya, he took a position, he took a service to wash the feet of all the guests. We have an example of Vaman Dev. When Vaman Dev take a position of a gatekeeper of the Bali Maharaj because Bali Maharaj is a pure devotee. He is an Atmanivedan stage. So Vaman Dev accepted that position because Lord always feel ecstasy, transcendental ecstasy, bliss while serving his devotee. Similarly, pure devotee gets the transcendental bliss to serve the lotus feet of the Lord. So that is the way the Lord and pure devotees are getting pleasure of serving each other. I was hearing one lecture yesterday, and then one Mataji was telling, who is a Prabhupada disciple, not even the Lord are independent. Even the Prabhupada was not independent because he was also dependent on his will of his disciple. So once what happened, the Prabhupada was during his last days, he was in Vrindavan. And Banmali Kaviraj, doctor, who is a doctor, he was treating Prabhupada and then the doctor was treating and then with his treatment Prabhupada was recovering fast and he was getting better, but later on Prabhupada said, I want to go to London because my devotees are calling me because I need to serve and I need to preach in the London. And then Banam Ali Kaviraj mentioned to Prabhupada, your health do not allow you to go to London and do the preaching at this point in time, and you need to continue your treatment. But Prabhupada did not agree, and he went to London. And later on, his son was telling, if Prabhupada, Dr. Kaviraj's son, was telling, if Prabhupada could have stayed one more month and continue his treatment, what would have happened? He could have survived at least 5 more years. And then Prabhupada, when returned from the London, then Dr. Kaviraj has mentioned to him, why you left? You should not have gone. So then Prabhupada mentioned, my disciple wanted me to be there to, to help them in the preaching. So I'm not at all, I'm totally dependent on the desire of my devotee, on desire of my disciple, desire of my bhakta. So I'm not completely independent. So as Lord is not independent, similarly, pure devotee of the Lord are also not independent. They are serving their bhaktas, their disciples. So in the current text 65, um, in the text 65, now Lord is telling, since pure devotee, not Lord is telling like how pure devotees sacrifice their family, their home, their wives, their children, and their relatives and their riches, because their complete energy goes in the service of satisfy my own senses. That's Lord is saying, because they do not have even a tinge of a desire for their material improvement. And they are fully focused on serving my senses. And Prabhupada explained in the purport the famous words, Namo Brahmane Devaya Go Brahmane Hitaya Cha. So, what Prabhupada is trying to explain, that Krishna is well-wisher. The Krishna is a well-wisher of the Brahmana. So, one may question that Durvasa Muni is also a Brahmana. So, why is Sudarshan Disk is chasing the Durvasa Muni? The Prabhupada explaining very beautifully the difference between the Brahmana and Vaishnava. Durvasa Muni is definitely a Brahmana, but he was not a devotee. He was self-centered. He was a mystic yogi, but he was thinking about himself. He was not surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. While a Vaishnava, like Amrish Maharaj, was completely devoted to the service of the Lord. Uh, so so now, when Durvasa Muni feel generated a demon, he with his mystic power, he generated a demon to try to kill Amrish Maharaj. He was fixed in his place and praying to Krishna. Amrish Maharaj did not agitate it because he was totally dependent on Krishna. As we discussed, he was totally dependent on Krishna. So because he know whatever happened, it's a Krishna's will. While when Sudarshan Disk was chasing the Durvasa Muni, he was running in entire world. He was trying, seeking a help and forgiveness, and he was seeking a protection from demigods. He was seeking protection from Brahma, Shiva, and eventually he's seeking protection from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so that he can protect himself. So because he was not surrendered to Krishna, he never prayed to him, and then he offended his pure devotee because he did not have an understanding what is correct and what is not correct. So that is what Lord is telling, my pure devotee sacrifice everything for my service. So how can I give up such a devotee? So that is why he's trying to explain, Amrish Maharaj is my pure devotee, and for his protection, I send this Sudarshan Chakra. And now even I cannot save you. He's indirectly telling, I cannot save you because I am Bhakta Paradhina. So Lord is giving all protection. Lord has given the protection to Arjuna in the Mahabharata world. Lord has given protection in Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is a pure devotee of the Lord. And when Hiranyakashipu crossed all his limit, then Narsimhadev appear, and Narsimhadev protect the Lord Prahlad Maharaj and kill the Hiranyakashipu. So, so one should aspire to serve the, so what we learn here? So one should aspire to serve the lotus feet of the pure devotee. And similar renunciation Uddhava found when he went to Vrindavan under the instruction of Lord Krishna. He he found the gopis of Vrindavan, they have renounced their family, they have renounced their husband, their child, and their and then even their chastity. to serve their husband. Why? Because they want to serve the lotus feet of the Krishna. They want to serve the lotus feet of Mukunda. And then and how and then Uddhavas was desiring. So that is the desire we need to cultivate. He was not desiring to be like the gopis. What he was desiring, that he can get a fortune to become a pebble in the Vrindavan Dham. He want to get a fortune to become a creeper in the Vrindavan Dham, so that when the gopis walk in the Vrindavan, he can get the dust of their lotus feet. Correct? And then he can be blessed by the blessing of the gopis. Because gopis will not directly bless him, because so that's why he want to take that humble position, so that he can get the, so that's why, like, that should be our desire to cultivate, so that we can also serve the lotus feet of the pure devotee of the Lord, and we can get their blessings. In the text 66, now Lord is telling, as a chaste woman bring their gentle husband under the control by the service, the pure devotee who are equal to everyone and completely attached to me in the core of the heart, bring me under their full control. So we know everyone serve. Like in the material world also, we all have a service attitude. But in the material world, as a reflection, people serve each other with some personal benefit. They have some intent to serve. If I'm serving in my office to my boss, my intention would be, oh, maybe if I'll maintain a good relation, I will get a my job is secure. I may get a promotion, or I may get more money. But in the spiritual world, it is totally different, because Jiva Goswami has mentioned in his commentary how to control the Lord, and he has given the formula. We can control the Lord by by bhavena. And how can we cultivate that? How can we develop that love for the Lord? How can we develop that transcendental love for the Lord? By associating with the pure devotee of the Lord, or by serving those devotees who are associated with the pure devotee of the Lord. So Prabhupada has mentioned in the purport, the mood of the Prabhupada is the how to increase the preaching movement of the Krishna consciousness, so that we can raise the ignorant mass of people. And then the keyword Prabhupada has explained in this word is Samadarshana. Samadarshana means a devotee, pure devotee who has a equal vision, because he understand, a pure devotee understand, and everyone is a part and parcel of the Lord, and their constitutional position to serve the Supreme. And then Prabhupada mentioned that pure devotee understand that everyone is distressed in this material world. That is why he is compassionate, because of the material misery, everyone is distressed. And then that's why the pure devotee understand, and why they are distressed. Pure devotee also understand that, because they are serving their senses, and they are detached to serving the ultimate goal of the life, which is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because so that is the why the Prabhupada is emphasizing in this purport, that Krishna consciousness movement, that preaching movement, is to raise the ignorant mass of the people. And now text 67 talk about, now Lord is telling, my devotee who are always satisfied to be engaged in my loving service are not interested. So now Prabhupada, like your Lord is telling, even the pure devotee are not at all interested in the four kind of liberation like Salokya Mukti, Sarupya Mukti, Samipya, and Sarashti Mukti. Because these these liberations are already knocking the door of the pure devotee, but pure devotee is not at all interested, because pure devotee only intense desire is to, because he is greedy. Pure devotee is greedy for the service of the Lord. He is want to be engaged birth after birth to the serving the senses of the Supreme. That is the intention of the that is the intention of the pure devotee. How can he get an opportunity to serve the Lord? He's not at all worried about the liberation, because he's already liberated soul. He's a Mahabhagavad devotee. So then, what Lord is saying? Then what is a happiness? Because he's calling it a perishable happiness, even to the elevation of the higher planet. So because even For a pure devotee, in the eye of pure devotee, even going to the liberation, getting the liberation, going to the Vaikuntha is not, he's not happy with that, because he is only happy for serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, what is the point of going to the heavenly planet? Now, Prabhupada explained a great example of Bilva Mangal Thakur. Bilva Mangal Thakur is such a Mahabhagavad devotee that liberation is knocking his door day and night, but he is not opening the door. Mukti stand before him with the folded hand and saying, please, Bilva Mangal Thakur, please accept me. But Bilva Mangal Thakur is in the transcendental bliss and happiness on serving the lotus feet of the Lord. He do not care about the mukti because he is already liberated. Pure devotees are already liberated. Because they do not have a tinge of any kind of other desire other than serving the Mukunda, a lotus feet of the Lord. In test 68, now Lord is telling, it's an important words. If devotee you get a chance, please read the purport. Prabhupada has explained beautifully in this verse. So I'll read the text also. Sadhavo hridayam mahyam sadhunam hridayam ta aham mad anyat te na jananti naham tebhyo manangapi. So what Lord is saying, so sadhava means my devotee, my pure devotee. Hridayam, in the core of. Mayam means my. So now what Lord is explaining to Durvasa Muni, my pure devotee are sitting in the core of my heart. And I do reside in the core of my devotee's heart. So, so now Lord is telling, so my devotee do not know anything except me. And I do not know anything except my pure devotee. So in the purport, Prabhupada is telling the Lord, feelings are like a father, like who feels pain when his child is in the pain. And and whenever someone is doing the offense to the lotus feet of the pure devotee, it's a very grave offense. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also mentioned that it's a kind of this offense has been compared to the mad elephant offense. Whenever a mad elephant enter into the garden, he can destroy or devastate the garden within a fraction of a second. Therefore, one should be extremely careful not to commit an offense at the lotus feet of the pure devotee. Because if we are offending the pure devotee, definitely we are offending the Lord, because Lord is sitting in the core of the heart of a pure devotee. We are directly offending the Lord Himself. And in this situation, in this pastime, Amrish Maharaj was not at all fault. He was trying to follow the vow, and he was trying to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead by completing his vow, by taking a sip of a water. But Durvasa Muni unnecessarily wanted to punish him, and that's why he created a demon. He wanted to kill him, and he offended the pure Vaishnava. And then it is said, um, even one can, uh, sin can be rectified by prashchit, but often to the lotus feet of a devotee cannot even rectify by the prashchit. So it is a great offense. And Krishna takes it more seriously than an offense to himself. Prabhupada mentioned to blaspheme a devotee is a greatest offense, and it can destroy one's devotion creep. So it can destroy one's devotion completely if one is offending the devotee. So Vaishnava Aparadh is a hati matha, mad elephant offense. So we need to be very careful. We have seen in our scriptures the story of Jagai Madai, how you know how when Nitai got injured, Nitai Mahaprabhu got injured from the Madai, and then immediately Gaurang Mahaprabhu invoked the Sudarshan Chakra to protect him. Similarly, so it shows how Lord is reciprocating with his devotee. And similarly, when the Haridas Thakur was being beaten in the 24 marketplace, Lord has protected himself because Lord was taking the cane. And he showed his back, like all the canes by the all the Muslim those soldiers Lord was protecting him. Um, and then in this case also Amrish Maharaj, to protect the Amrish Maharaj, Lord invoked the Sudarshan Chakra. In the text 69, now Lord is telling, Upayam means, now I'll tell you, Upayam. Upayam means the Upay. Now Lord is telling the remedy. There is only one remedy. There is not no other remedy. There is only one remedy, Lord is telling, which is Atma Abhichara. Let me open that verse. Atma Abhichara means self-harm. Correct? So now Atma Abhichara means self-harm. Now it's telling, like, now Durvasa Muni, you have backfire yourself. You have hurt yourself by attacking my devotee. Ma Chiram. Now you should not even delay a fraction of a second, because this curse, this cure is time sensitive. So you need to immediately rush. Sadhushu paritam teja. So any power, any renunciation, any kind of austerity, any mystic energy, even a demigod, cannot protect you from this sin, from this aparat, from this offense. Only who can protect you? Um, Ashivam. Ashivam means inauspiciousness. Whoever you attack, only that person can you save you. That person can pardon you. So here Durvasa Muni weaponized his mystic power. Durvasa Muni weaponized his mystic power Kritya, to kill Ambrish Maharaj, to destroy the demon and chase Durvasa across the world. And Brahma Shiva could not protect. Because even Lord Vishnu said, I cannot protect you. Only because you took away the honor of my devotee, now you have to go to the same devotee whom you dishonor. And then if uh, he will forgive you, then only you will be protected. So, so what Prabhupada is mentioning, a Vaishnava offense to Vaishnava is not an ordinary sin. And because when we do the aparadha, such aparadha, it breaks the heart of a pure devotee. That means we are directly impacting the heart of the Lord, where the Lord resides. And then Prabhupada explained in this purport about the Prahlad Maharaj story, how Hiranyakashipu was envious, and how Lord Narsimha appeared and protected Prahlad Maharaj. And also Prabhupada mentioned, when one perform the service to the lotus feet of the Vaishnava, Vaishnava gradually accumulates and become an asset of the devotee. And then, and I was hearing one lecture, and then one Prabhuji was saying, the immediate protocol, whenever we feel like we have offended a devotee, the practical example, a way of, prashchit is AAA. It's not an insurance company. AAA means, first of all, we should acknowledge that, yeah, I spoke harshly. I was wrong in this situation. Now, if we are not acknowledging, we could not do anything. Then definitely our all devotion life will be screwed. And then first A means acknowledge, and second A means apologize. We need to be sincerely apologize to the person, in person if possible. If not, remotely possible, by messaging him or messaging the devotee, or by a call. And we need to humbly surrender ourselves, our mistake, and we need to get a forgiveness. And then the third A means amend by the service. So we need to do some tangible service to the lotus feet of that devotee, so that that can ease their burden. And then Prabhupada also mentioned, I was hearing in that lecture, if a devotee is far and unreachable, then we need to pray to the Krishna for their good, for their welfare, and so that they can be successful in their services, they can be successful in their mission. And we need to keep our heart always ready for apology whenever possible. We never know when Krishna arrange our meeting with that devotee. So we need to always be ready in our heart for accepting, acknowledging our mistake. We need to be ready for apology, and also we need to render the service to the lotus feet of the devotee. And then in the text 70, now Lord is saying, that austerity and knowledge are definitely auspicious only when carried by the humility and gentle behavior. But if a person is gentle, then such austerity and learning are most dangerous. If person is not gentle, then such austerity and learning are most dangerous. So here, Lord is trying to say, like Durvasa Muni was a learned Brahmana, but he was not a gentle. He was not a gentleman because he was Durvinita. Durvinita means he was short-tempered and he was not gentle. He has immense power because he was a Brahmana, but he did not know how to use his power for the service of the Lord because he was self-centered. He was so that is why he was extremely dangerous. And Prabhupada mentioned in this purport that if jewel is very valuable, but when jewel is on the hood of a serpent, it is valuable, but at the same time, it is very dangerous. So Prabhupada also mentioned the example of materialistic people that they have a knowledge. It's not like they don't have knowledge. They have a knowledge, but they are using their knowledge to develop like atomic weapons and all those things, which is not safe for the human society, human civilization, which is dangerous for human civilization. So similarly, Durvasa Muni has a lot of mystic power, but he's not using for the lot of great qualities also, but he's not using for the service of the Lord. He is using for his own welfare. So he is not a pure devotee. In text 71 now, Lord is saying, O best of Brahmana, you should therefore go immediately to King Ambrisha, the son of Maharaj Nabhaga. I wish you all a good fortunate. If you can satisfy the Maharaj Amrish, then there will be protection and peace for you. So now this pastime shows even a demigod, a Brahmaji, Lord Shiva cannot protect because they are the agent of the Lord. They cannot protect a offender who is offending the pure Vaishnava. Even Lord Vishnu cannot, protect a offender. Uh, only no demigod, even not even Lord Vishnu. Only path to peace is to seek the same Vaishnava forgiveness. If we look at this holistically, this chapter, the key takeaway of this chapter is first of all, with the life of Amrish Maharaj, we understand how devotee should lead his life. Correct? Because we understand like Amrish Maharaj is a king, householder king, and how he was running his life with full Krishna consciousness. He has all his opulences, but even though he was unattached to all those opulences. But in the material world, I'm talking to myself like I'm so fallen that I was running behind these opulences day in, day out. Correct? And we should learn, I should learn from this story, this pastime, like how can we lead our life with the example of Amrish Maharaj. And then we also learn another learning from this pastime, the gravest warning, the Vaishnava Aparadh. How to deal with this situation. First of all, we should avoid such aparadh. Not even in the mind also we should do any Vaishnava aparadh because it always backfire the offender. And then how to heal the offense, even though if by mistake we offend a devotee, we need to thumb rule is triple A. We need to remember, we should acknowledge, we should apologize, we need to amend the service. And then how Krishna is revealing his heart to the Durvasa Muni, that Krishna is Bhakt Paradhina, that Lord do not have any independence. Lord work for the welfare of the devotee, to fulfill the desire of the devotee. That's where Lord gets the transcendental bliss. So I would pause here and so fallen, please forgive me for any mistake. And Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vanchakalpa Tarubhiksha, Kripa Sindhu Vadevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnevyo, Namo Namah. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Thank you so much.
thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for very beautiful class.